Hi everybody, Marco Carbajo here from businesscreditblogger.com. Today's video we're going to talk about business credit cards and personal credit cards, how to pre-qualify without impacting your credit score. So if you're in the market for applying for some personal credit cards or business credit card funding, then this is the video for you. We're going to share with you how to avoid the hard inquiry trap and to ensure and give you a better chance of getting approved when you apply for credit. So first and foremost with this, what does pre-qualify mean? What is that term? It's when a creditor, a credit card issuer, does an initial assessment on your personal credit via a soft inquiry. It's when you actually apply, but they trigger a soft inquiry. A soft inquiry is an inquiry to your credit that doesn't impact your credit score. Whereas a hard inquiry is what drops your credit score as a minimal impact, but it's what you want to avoid getting multiple hard inquiries, because at that point, it's very difficult to get credit. So you want to optimize your window of opportunity when applying for credit. Okay, so a soft inquiry is when a card issuer is giving you these opportunities when they offer a pre-qualification. They do a soft pull on your credit. It's a brief review, and they let you know if you're highly likely to get approved for one of their cards. Okay, so you're initiating this process when we talk about pre-qualifying for credit cards without a hard inquiry to your credit. Okay, many of the card issuers that we're going to share with you today, they provide a pre-qualification form, and it clearly says in black and white this has no impact to your credit. And this is giving you that that opportunity to see, before I submit a hard application and get a hard inquiry, I want to see if I'm going to qualify. So these particular forms require just your name, your address, and the last 4 digits of your social security number. So what's going to happen is when you click submit, then the credit card issuer is going to do a brief soft credit check on your credit report. Okay, based on the data that they pull on the soft credit pull, they're going to determine if you more than likely qualify for a card or even multiple cards that they offer. But the beauty of this is this helps you avoid, let's say you want to do a soft pull, a pre-qual with a card, and it comes back as you don't qualify for one of our cards. Guess what you just did? You just avoided triggering a hard inquiry and applying for a card that you may have thought you qualified for. But even doing a soft inquiry, you weren't approved for it or pre-qualified for it. So this is a great first step that I encourage you to implement when you're applying for personal credit cards. And we're going to share with you how to pre-qualify for business credit cards. Okay, you'll see on the website on the bottom of this, our PowerPoint is businesscreditbuilders.org that outlines all of our products and services, our funding programs, our business credit building system, etc. Now, the important thing for you to realize when you're getting pre-qualified, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get approved. Because what happens is, yes, they do a soft credit check, and let's say they give you a pre-qualification for a specific card. Well, the next step is you actually got to apply for that card, and that's where they pull a hard pull. Okay, but why would you get declined if you were more likely to get approved through a pre-qual, but you got declined with an actual hard application? Because there's other factors that card issuers look at. It could be your income. It could be other factors on the credit application that you provide that they look at that helps them determine whether or not you're going to qualify. Okay, so just keep in mind when we're talking about pre-qualification, this is just helping you get a better understanding if you qualify for a particular credit card. So there's types of credit card offers I want to break down real quick just to make sure we're talking today in this video about pre-qualified. That's where you're actually initiating the review with a card issuer to see if you more than likely can qualify. This is a soft inquiry. Now, 90%, what's that mean? 90% of the card issuers, this is our own assessment, is 90% is the likelihood of you actually getting approved if you go forward with a hard inquiry. Again, there's going to be cases when you may not get approved, but the first step is getting pre-qualified first. Okay. The second, you probably heard this term. Some card issuers use this interchangeably, but when you hear the term pre-approved, this is actually when a credit card issuer obtains credit data from from a credit reporting agency, and your credit file fits a particular category that meets that criteria, and that's where they give you a pre-approved credit offer. That's where you get those credit card offers in the mail and you're wondering, why did I get this? The reason is many credit card issuers will buy marketing lists from the credit bureaus. So they say, we only want people who fit this credit score range, etc., this amount of history, etc. They buy these lists and they offer and they send these credit card offers to potential customers, consumers like yourself. That's what pre-approved credit card offers are. Now, when you get that, that means you kind of meet some of their criteria. You fit in a specific bucket, and they think that they want you to apply. So we see about 80% potential for you to actually qualify for those pre-approved offers. Pre-selected, that's another term you hear. That's when you fall within the credit card issuer's general criteria, but more information is needed. 70%. Now, what's pre-selected? You may go to some websites that say, well, tell us your credit score range, tell us other information. Then they give you these pre-selected credit cards, say, hey, we selected these cards for you. What they're doing there is they're taking that data they provided them. Let's say you're putting in, well, I have a 700 credit score. This is the type of card I'm looking for, etc. And then they give you a couple cards that meet that criteria that I put in the questionnaire. So that's what pre-selected, the term in credit cards offer means. 70% potential for your application being approved. Invitations to apply. Some cards out there will only allow you to apply if you have an invitation from the credit card issuer. This is where a credit card issuer believes you may be interested in applying, and they send you an invitation to apply, also known as an ITA. And they base that data on maybe interest that you have, demographic data, etc. That's a very broad offer of people when they send these invitations to apply. So you have a very low potential of getting approved for those types of invitations. So I just want to break this down for you so you can kind of see that that's why these pre-qualified process we're going to talk about today is one of the strongest ways for you to determine if you're going to get approved before you actually trigger a hard inquiry on your credit. Okay? And none of these that I'm talking about guarantees you're going to get approved. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. There are going to be instances when you go to a bank card issuer's website, you do a pre-qualification, they pull a soft pull, they say, here are some cards that we have a strong indication that you can get approved, and you apply and get declined. Does happen, okay? So, but you have a much greater chance of getting approved than not getting approved. Now, if you don't like getting those pre-approved offers in the mail with where card issuers are soliciting you for credit cards, they have access to your credit reports and sending these offers, you can go to optoutprescreen.com to stop receiving pre-approved credit card offers in the mail. This will prohibit card issuers from soliciting you for credit card offers. So that's just want to disclose that. That's a way to get rid of them accessing your credit report without your permission. Okay. Now, let's talk about what happens when you submit a pre-qualification form on a card issuer's website. We're going to get into which websites offer it and where to go, which banks, bank card issuers, some of the major ones. But if you're pre-qualified, then your next step is you can choose to apply. You submit a hard copy application, and they're going to now trigger a hard inquiry to your credit. Okay? If you're denied or they don't offer you a card that there's, let's say there's no cards that meet that we believe we can get approved for, then you just don't apply, and you guess what? You just avoided a hard inquiry, which is great. Okay, so you may want to work on your credit, increasing your credit scores at that point, or check another card issuer's website that you may get qualified for. Because the reason why this happens is some banks, it depends on which bureau they pull from. You may have a stronger profile with Experian compared to having and you may have a weaker profile with Equifax, or vice versa. So if a bank card issuer pulls from your weaker credit file, then let's say they don't give you an offer, but you go to, let's say, another bank card issuer and you have a pre-qualified approval, and you're wondering why, it's because, let's say, they pulled a bureau that's stronger than the other. So that's another thing to take into consideration. All in all, this pre-qualification process is screening of your basic credit information, and it does not hurt your credit. That's the best part. Okay, so you can do this and get these soft inquiries and check all these card issuer sites before you actually physically apply and get a hard inquiry. Now, don't confuse pre-qualified with pre-approved offers. They're two totally different things. Okay, Some card issuers will set up different customer parameters for each one. So if you're pre-qualified, they may have certain data points that they look at for that. With pre-approved offers, they may have bought a certain marketing list where you fit a demographic for that. Okay, so that's where they don't use the same data or pre-screening or pre-qualification underwriting criteria for both. They could be different. So let's talk about some of the major card issuers that allow you to do a pre-qualification. We're going to first talk about personal credit cards. Why? Because it's widely used. It's readily available from major card issuers. And in this particular video, I'm talking about some of the major card issuers. There's many other card issuers that offer pre-qualification. There's credit unions that offer it. There's even loan products, mortgage pre-qualification products. There's lots of ways to do pre-qual. Okay, but here we're talking about personal credit cards. So let's first talk about there's American Express, there's Bank of America, there's Capital One, Chase, Citi, and Discover. So these are some major card issuers right here. So what I want to do is I'm going to bring up each of their sites. Here's American Express, and you can see these links up on the top of where you can go. And you'll see on the American Express website, it says right here, will not impact your credit score. It takes less than 30 seconds. You just fill in your basic information like we talked about here. Your last 4 digits of your social, your total annual income, and that's how you'll trigger a soft pull with American Express, and they'll come back and provide you maybe some cards that you pre-qualify for. Now this is for personal credit cards. So we're not getting into business credit cards yet. I'll get into that in the next couple slides here. Now let's also talk about Bank of America. You'll see here's the link here if you want to pause the video to type in the link. But you go to Bank of America site. If you're already an existing customer, great. You just sign in and you could do their pre-qual there. If you're not, you can just continue without sign-in, and you're going to tell them a little bit about yourself. Like I said, really simple data points: first name, last name, date of birth, and the last 4 digits of your social. And they give you some customized credit offers. Okay, so let's talk about the next one, which is Capital One. Again, here you see if you're pre-qualified in 60 seconds with no impact to your credit score. What's cool with Capital One is they will give you a couple different offers. As you know, if let's say you have really bad credit and they don't have an unsecured option, they may offer you a secured credit card. So that's why it's really powerful to use some of these pre-qualifications forms on these bank card websites. Then you have Chase. Chase has its own pre-qualification form. Again, it's very simple, to the point, and you'll see every single one of them says it won't impact your credit score. And this is great because there's certain cards with each of these card issuers that require a much stronger credit rating, much longer history than others. You have starter cards with certain bank card issuers, and then you have more premium cards or platinum cards that require much more extensive credit history. So you want to make sure, I know if you're shopping for credit cards, how do I know which one I should apply for? Some people shop for credit cards by getting the best offers. Like, let's say this card has the most perks, or I want this most prestigious card. But let's say your credit score doesn't even match that, and you need to apply for more basic cards. So that's where this filtering process, let's say, helps you. And then Citi used to have their pre-qualification one. Actually, it timed out on me, so let's go back. Okay, so with the Citi card, you'll see right here, I did have it up on the screen here a minute ago, but they don't have their pre-qual process available at this time. So when I did bring it up, it did say that it's not available at this time. So I'm sure in the near future their pre-qualification process will come back, but they're currently not offering you to do a soft pull with Citi. The Discover does have their own pre-qual as well. You'll see right here, very basic. And Discover is a great card issuer. And they have the Discover It secured card as well if you don't qualify for unsecured. So let's go back here, and I want to get into also the other card issuers. This is for personal credit cards, where there are some card issuers that require you to be an existing customer before you can go through pre-qualification. So there's Regions Bank, for example. So Regions right here, you'll see You only existing Regions customers may check for pre-approval card offers. So for like Regions Bank, we have Navy Fed, USSA Credit Union. You have to have a current account with them, like a bank account, or be a customer before you can utilize their pre-approved, pre-qualified credit offers. So that's just want to give you the difference between some card issuers allow you to apply without being existing customers, and some banks like Regions, Navy, and USSA do require you to be an existing customer before you could do a soft pull pre-qual. Okay. So let's now get into, now the other thing I want to talk about real quick, when you're applying for personal credit cards, you want to be very strategic in which you apply. And what I mean by that is you don't want to apply for one card, 2 cards, 3 cards, space them out, within a month, 2 months, 3 months. You want to, if you're identifying 3, 4 cards you want to do them like within an order right away, within a short period of window, as fast as possible. So because the reason why is not only will those inquiries populate on your credit report, but it's also important to realize that you only can open up so many accounts before, the banks card issuers will start turning you down like crazy because they'll see you shopping around for credit. If you just got a credit approval from one bank and literally 2 or 3 days later you apply for another card and they see that you just got approved, why do you keep shopping around for more credit? So that's where you want to do it strategically in order and do it all at the same time. And the other thing is, once you do get, let's say you get 2 or 3 cards and you're approved, then let those age for, I would say, 6 months before you actually start applying for more cards. You want to let those age a little bit because, if your new accounts are less than 3 months old, most bank card issuers will typically turn you down if you're trying to apply for a 4th, 5th, 6th card, etc. It depends on how many cards you get during that short window, but let them age for 6 months before you go through another round of credit card applications. Okay, so let's talk about business credit cards. Unfortunately, the great thing with personal credit cards is readily available with many card issuers where they allow you to do soft pulls or pre-qualification. Business credit card issuers are mainly real different. The major card issuers do not provide business owners the opportunity to do a pre-qual form on their websites for business credit cards. If you're going to apply for business credit cards, what do? You have to do a hard copy application. They're going to do, you have to apply online and do a hard inquiry. There's no soft inquiry. Okay, so, and I know our video said, well, I thought you could do it without impact. There is a way to get pre-qualified for business credit cards without a hard inquiry. I'm going to share with you how to do that in a minute. But if you want to do it on your own, it's not available. With over 500 business credit cards in the marketplace, the thing to realize is majority of business credit cards you'll see that you apply for, number 1, report to your personal credit. Number 2, they don't offer you the opportunity to do a soft pull. So you're going to have to do a hard inquiry. So you got to be really strategic because you get declined with 1 or 2, forget it. If you're going to go for a 3rd, 4th, 5th on the same day, forget it. You're going to get declined. Okay, so you have to, the order in which you apply is important, and where you apply, do you qualify, which credit bureau they pull from, etc. So how can you do a pre-qualification for business credit cards with a soft pull? Our business credit card funding program, we give you that opportunity to do a pre-qualification. And we acquire the business credit cards for you, and they only report to the business credit reporting agency. So how does that work? So we give you the opportunity to submit your own credit report. So we're not pulling your credit. It's no hard pull. You're doing a soft pull because you're ordering your own credit report. We even give you the website to go get your credit report. So you go to creditreportengine.com. It costs you $1. Because you're ordering your own credit report, it's a soft pull on your credit. Just like if you're applying for a personal credit card using the pre-qual, you're getting a soft pull there. You're getting a soft pull here because you're pulling your own credit report. When you pull your own credit report, then you download it and save it as a PDF format. Okay, so how you do that is on your computer, there's a print function. Just use the print to PDF function. So don't actually print it out. Use the print to PDF. It'll convert your printout into a PDF document. That's how the format we need to see. It has to be a full report. Do not send copies of your credit scores. We need to see all the data. Our underwriters will do the review for you. Okay, so you complete the pre-qual form for business credit card funding. You go to businessfundingreview.com and just fill out the pre-qual form. Upload a copy of your credit report. There's no cost for this pre-qual review. There's no obligation. There's no hard inquiry. Our own underwriters will do the review, look at your file, and determine what type of business credit card limits and funding we can acquire for you based on that data and your credit report being the co-signer for your business. We call you back in 24 to 48 hours. We let you know either you're pre-qualified, this is the funding amount that we believe we can get you in business credit card limits, so that's your pre-qualification amount. And we give you next steps to move forward if you want us to acquire those cards for you. The other result you may get is a projection, but with conditions. You may have to pay down some credit card debt. Let's say your utilization is too high. Or let's say you have some AU accounts where that utilization is too high in that AU account. You might have to remove yourself as an AU. There's all these factors, but we save you all that time, so you're going to get those approvals, okay? Or the next result you may be is a C3 rating, which means you're denied, and we give you the reasons. Let's say you have too many inquiries, or too many recently opened accounts, or not enough high credit limits on, or credit history, limited depth. Those are just all examples of reasons why you may get declined for a projection. But guess what we do is we save you that time from going out shopping around for credit, for business credit cards, and getting declined, and getting inquiries on your credit, and now you're totally locked out. Okay, so that's why I'm a big advocate for pre-qualification on personal credit cards as well as business credit cards. So this is our pre-qualification process for business credit card funding. It takes us 24 to 40 hours to do the review. And as far as the other programs we offer, if you're looking for additional ways to get credit for your business without using your personal credit as a qualifier, like vendors, retailers, suppliers, etc., then check out our do-it-yourself business credit building system. You can go to businesscreditbuilders.org. That's where we share with you all of our information, all of our products and services that we offer, from our system to our funding programs, etc. So with that, give us a thumbs up if this information was helpful to you. We'll notify you if you're subscribed to our channel. That way you'll get notified of every new video we put out on different funding programs, tips, and tools and strategies to maximize your personal and business credit. So with that, make it a great day. We'll talk to you real soon.